one of the triangles that will pop up quite frequently as we continue our exploration is, or an angle that will pop up quite frequently, it might be a better way to say it, is a 45-degree angle. And so we'll be curious is, what is the sine of 45 degrees? Or what's the sine of pi fourths? Or the cosine and whatnot. So to do that, we need to construct a triangle first that helps us, or that has a 45-degree angle in it. And we know if this is 90 and this is 45, well, that's also 45 because the sum of the interior angles of a triangle equal 180 degrees. So if these two angles are the same, then we know that those two lengths are the same. And for simplicity, I'll just measure them as unit 1. Then from here, it's just an application of using one side squared plus the other side squared equals a hypotenuse squared. So 1 squared plus 1 squared equals 2. And since this is a squared number that I need to have in there, this side right here is a square root of 2. And so there I have all three sides of the triangle. And once I have the three sides, then I go ahead and find the correct ratios that I have. The sine of theta, in this case 45 degrees. Again, sine was opposite over hypotenuse. 1 over root 2. The cosine of theta was 1 over root 2. Tangent was 1 over 1, or just a 1. The cosecant is a root 2. The secant is root 2. And the cotangent, adjacent over opposite, was 1 over 1. And I'm not quite done yet. I need to go ahead and rationalize the denominators. So let's do that real quick so we can have the 6 measurements that will kind of become our new best friends. So 1 over root 2, I'm going to multiply that by a clever version of 1. And that becomes root 2 over 2. So let's go ahead and adjust sine and cosine, since they're both in this particular particular problem the same. In this case, theta was 45 degrees, and so we found the 6 trigonometric functions where theta is 45 degrees. And we'll discover again throughout the course of this term that this is one of the popular ones that we'll see over and over again. So much so that it might behoove you just to start knowing that the sine of 45 degrees is root 2 over 2. The tangent, or the ratio of the legs, is 1, or a tangent of 45 is 1, and so forth. So again, I encourage you to kind of really commit those to some deeper memory, or at least deeper practice.